Today we're going to talk about adjectives. I'm not sure what an adjective is. It's a word that describes another thing. For example, the tall guy. Tall is the adjective, guy is the noun. And in Spanish, at the top of your paper, write noun, adjective, agreement. That is not something you worry about in English. We don't care if our nouns agree with our adjectives. But in Spanish, they are very finicky about whether something is a girl or a guy, or if it matches in terms of whether it's one thing or many things. So your adjectives all have to agree this way. And so I'll show you what. So a lot of words in Spanish end in either O or A. And so if the word ends in either one of these two letters, which 90% of the language ends in either O or A for nouns, then your adjectives would look like this. So if you want to say the tall boy, they would do el niño alto. Notice that we're going back to those definite articles. That means the tall boy. Notice that they have a different order when they speak. They don't say el alto niño. They say el niño alto, the boy tall. So that's how they do it. And notice that this also agrees. We want to say the tall girl, the tall kid, and it's a girl. You'd say la niña alta. Notice that everything is matching there. This is a very logical language. If you want to say the tall girls, or excuse me, the tall boys, tall kids, it'd be los niños altos. Notice how everything there agreed. And this is the agreement that we have between the adjective and the noun here. Notice that they're all OS. Notice that they're OO, AA, OS, OS. And that's the kind of agreement we're talking about. In English, we don't do that. We just say the tall boy, the tall boys. With the tall never changed. In Spanish, tall does change a little bit.
Don't forget your tilde, Mr. Siefker.
Oh yeah, right here. If you want to say the tall girls, you would say las niñas altas. Notice that everything agrees, and it's an easy thing to forget to make all this stuff agree. I teach AP Spanish literature, and it's the highest form of literature we have in Sioux City, and kids still forget that stuff. But it is the way you do it. Now, not all words end in O or A. Some words end in E, like alegre or inteligente. And so we still have to make sure that our nouns and adjectives agree. So if you want to say the intelligent boy, it would be el niño inteligente. Notice that this did not end in O, just because this was a boy. Because the adjective here ended with an E, and so that's what we're talking about here. If you want to say the intelligent girl, it'd be la niña inteligente. Didn't really change. Don't put an A there just because it's a girl. Now, if you want to say that the boys, the smart boys, it would be los niños. Those two were rhyming, but inteligentes is going to just have an ES. That's an ES there. Notice that it's not an OS, this is an ES. So you do have to put the S there, so los niños inteligentes, but if you want to say the smart girls, it would be las niñas inteligentes with an ES on it. So most of the time you'll be doing this stuff. It'll all have to rhyme out. Niños, altos. But when the adjective ends in E, this is how it works. Now, they do also have adjectives that don't end with a vowel. They end with a consonant, like, say, N. So, like, for example, joven. If you want to say the young kids or the young boy, it's going to be like this. El niño joven. If you want to say the young girl, it'd be la niña joven. Notice I don't put an A there. I don't do that. But notice if I have the smart boys, it's los niños.
The young boys.
What's that?
The young boys?
The young boys. Los niños jóvenes. Ooh, I put an ES in there. Check that out. And if you want to say the smart girls, it's las niñas jóvenes. It's ES there. And so that's how you make these things, these adjectives, singular and plural, for cases that end in OA, E, or a consonant like N. But most of the time, like I said, it's up here. You just have to put O's with or A's and make sure that all agrees. And we'll have some practice to get this mastered.